Welcome to LSC. It's Group 3A State Semifinals. We are here at Darling Stadium, December the 5th, 2015, where the 12-1 Phoebus Phantoms play host to the 11-2 Magna Vista Warriors. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Hens along with Steve Fry on camera and my buddy Brent Musgrove right over here to my left. Magna Vista is the defending state championship. Last year they beat Lafayette in the final game. They have an outstanding quarterback and a kid by the name of McGuire and a running back, Harrison. Phoebus comes as the underdog. Brent, you had a chance to talk with the coach over there. Give me a little bit of information that you got.
It was very interesting talking to him. When you hear it on the phone, you go, I don't know about all that stuff. But when you start looking at the stats, it's very interesting. Like you said, the quarterback has thrown for over 2,300 yards. And I understand he's run for about 8 or 10 touchdowns to boot that. But he's good size, 6'3", about 210. And their running back is not that big. He's about 5'9", 170. But he's run for over 2,000 yards and about 30 touchdowns himself. And so that's quite a pack of horsepower there coming between two people.
Well, you got two guys that's got over 4,000 yards offense, really. Who do you key on, right?
And not only that, they come in with 4 wide receivers. They run as you call a shotgun or the spread or whatever you want to call it.
Spread, yeah.
And they run 4 wide outs, and all of those guys are 6 foot or taller. So that could be a challenge for Phoebus today in their secondary. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, I talked to Jeremy Blunt and asked him about this team, and he said they were a lot like Denby. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said they're going to run the spread. Sometimes they may have one run back. Sometimes they may not have any running back. He said, but he says this young man can throw the ball right good. He's a good athlete. So just want to throw my accolades out to the Phoebus and Jeremy Blunt and his coaching staff done a great job. He was on the 2001 first state championship with Phoebus, and I'd like to be able to talk to him about, what he went through as a kid, because now he's got young men doing the same thing he did.
Yeah, well, they were about 1 year old, or maybe not born yet, when he won his state championship, and so he's had a lot of time under some good coaches to get to this point. And this is the first time Phoebus has been back this close to a state championship in several years. And at one time they had won 7 in 11 years?
7 in 11 years.
State championships in 11 years.
Well, they were tested last week. We did the game with Poquoson, and I tell you, the most disciplined team I've seen this year has got to be the Poquoson Islanders. They did a great job, took them all the way down, and Phoebus won it in overtime.
And not only that, it was probably in my point of view, one of the best games I've seen in a while. Both teams count punch and counter punch, and Phoebus kind of a big play team, and Poquoson was what Phoebus used to be. It was a grind out,
yeah.
You beat them all the way down the field. So that was a great game.
Yeah, I thought that we were fortunate to be able to do that game. We was able to do York Phoebus and Tab Phoebus, and then Poquoson Phoebus. So great. All three of them were great teams and well coached.
Well, here we go. We've had the toss, and let's see what they tell us. Magna Vista will receive the ball, and Phoebus will take it in the second half. So here we go. We're going to see this all-powerful offense pretty quick here.
All right, well, let me go over the defense for the Phoebus Phantoms. They got 2 tackles, Johnson and Davila. The 2 ends, defensive ends, Andre Smith, Keyshawn Battle Patterson. Middle linebackers, Shadarius Horn. The outside backers, Peyton Ryder and Aaron Branch. The cornerbacks, Deshaun Pope, Marlon Carter. The strong safety, Jonathan Gregory. The free safety, Daquan Lewis. The kicker will be number 90, Stephon Tompkins.
While we have the chance, while they're getting ready to set up, I'll give you the Magna Vista offense. We'll start off first with the quarterback, of course, McGuire, and the running back is Harrison, the 2 main players to take a look at. They run 4 wideouts, and they are Hayden, Morris, Red, and Perkins. And the center is Carter. The 2 guards are Philpott and Lawson, and the 2 tackles are Hankins and Turner. And ladies and gentlemen, while we've got this set up, I have gone through and done the comparisons. I won't get all in it, but these 2 teams are about as evenly matched pound-wise, size-wise, as any 2 teams we've put on the field this year, Bob.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about the officials today. They're from the Central, they're from Lynchburg, the Colonial District. The referee is Jeff Davis. The umpire is Anthony Tisdale. The linesman, Jim Douglas. The line judge is Rochelle Walker. The field judge is Javon Scott. Side judge, David Apple. And the back judge is Rick Hawkins. And those are our guys right there.
Let's see, back for Magna Vista. I'm trying to get numbers on them. We got, looks like 25 and 17. Or the 17 we'll get a chance to talk to about a little bit later.
That's Red.
He's quite an athlete in himself. You'll see a lot of him today. He's a wide receiver, and he also plays on defense. And he's got a lot of college offers, and we'll get into that a little bit. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Semifinals, State Division III championships. Phoebus, Magna Vista, Darling Stadium. Great day for football.
And Stephon Tompkins getting ready to kick off, and here it goes. Nice kick. About the 9-yard line. Boom, and he is dropped about the 26-yard line. Somewhere, depends on where they spot it. Good, decent run back, about
25.
15 yards. And who got the tackle?
I did not see.
Okay, I didn't either, so I'm just.
All right, here we go on the first play, Bob. Let's see how he opens this thing up. He's got a man in the backfield, like you talked about that. Give it to him.
Yeah, we got two wideouts on the bottom. We got a wideout, a split end at the top, and the quarterback is in the pistol. And he's handing to, oh, boom, and he kept the ball. Nice fake right off the bat. What a great job that time. He knew Phoebus was going to go for the running back that quick, but that was number 21, Devon Johnson.
Number 21 of the Phantoms, Jonathan Gregory.
I'm sorry, Jonathan Gregory's the one who made the stop, but that quarterback, man, what
14 on the first play.
McGuire, Sholin McGuire. Is it Sholin?
Yeah, Sean. That's close enough.
Well, we got a penalty. No.
No, I don't see a flag. He picked up, it was Harrison, Rob. I think he's picked up about 3.
Well, he was met hard right in the line of scrimmage on that first ball. I thought he had the ball. It was a great quarterback. Now, McGuire, for the most part, will be back in the pistol or the shotgun.
3 wide to this side. Oh, missed a tackle.
Oh, that was a great tackle that time.
67, I think it was, Bob.
Harrison on the play. He's tackled by the Phantom, Devarius Horn.
Devarius Horn making the stop, Brent.
That's good. Well, let's see, that's 5. So that's going to be 3rd and 5, Bob.
Yes. And they catch it. They stop and look over to the sideline, getting the call from the coach over there what they're going to run. They do not huddle. The Warriors, they don't huddle. And here's just a pitch. And he's nobody on the outside. He's got the first down and then some. Look like he's going to be spotted at about the 40, looks like about the 44 of the Phantoms. 43 is where they're going to end up spotting it. That was a little...
just a flick?
Well, it's almost like a option play. The quarterback just flipped it to the running back, and here he goes again. Number 2 is the one that's he is a runner, isn't he? That's Harrison.
Picked up about
looks like 5.
7.
On the tackle once again for the Phantom.
Well, yeah, they stopped at the 5 and then moved to 2 more fast. There you go. And they're ready to go. Phoebus has got to be ready on their defense. They said he caught it. The ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line, which is first down. But you see the center is right back over the ball real quick, ready to go. And that's number 72, Caleb Carter. He is ready to go on that ball as soon as this whistle is blown. A little hurry up sometimes, and then they'll stop and say, okay, let's get a call in from the coach.
You got 4 wideouts, and look how short it is on the right side over there, Bob.
Yeah.
Got to be getting close here. Got to be getting close to too much time. Somebody ain't looking at a watch or something. Nobody got a watch in the back.
Yeah, they got it that time. It was too much time, Brent. The guy clear down here on the left threw it, so that'll be a 1st and 15. Take the ball back to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 1st and 15 from that point.
All right, that brings up 1st and 15, correct?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yes, I say echo. Oh, nice block that time.
There's a head-to-head that should be called on the offense.
Number 5 is the one of the wideout receivers, Malik Morse, threw a great block that time. That little bubble screen picked up about almost 10 yards, right at 10 yards. And here's the quarterback keeping the ball again. And he got around. He maybe picked up about a yard, or maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage, depending where he picked, where they're going to mark it.
The mark over there is no gain, so that's what they're giving him.
Okay, and that was McGuire on the handoff. A big kid. McGuire is 208, 6'2", 208 senior.
Well, this is the first of any kind of a stutter they've just been able to pick up first downs on 2 plays of whack just about. So it's 3rd and 5.
And it's the quarterback keeper, and he's not going to get it. So now, what do they have, a field goal kicker? I don't know, but you're not going to punt the ball from this point. I don't see him punt the ball spotted at about the 20, what looks like about 21, 22-yard line.
Gave him a good spot, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 4th and 1.5, and they're up there quick, and he's just going to be quarterback keeper, I bet you. Or he's going to try to draw him off. Nope.
Well, I talked to the coach about the field goal. He said, I think he's kicked 1 or 2. But I mean, if you looked at the number of touchdowns his team has scored. Here we go.
And he's nowhere to go.
Oh, sir, he kept it.
He did not get it. Phoebus will take over because he had to get to the 20-yard line, Brent. He did not get to the 20, so Phoebus was a great job defensively because he puts that ball right in Harrison's gut. McGuire does. And it looks like he's got the ball, and he takes it right out and keeps going. When the defense, he sees the defense coming in to tackle the running back, he keeps it. But that time, defense, Phoebus. That's something they've been known for years and years and years, has been their defense.
That's what they've built their championships. Of course, I always had a pretty strong running back duo.
Yeah, over the last 15 years, they've had a 1,000-yard runner.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for Phoebus at the 21.
Let's see what Justin Wright and group can do. He went back to pass on the 1st down. Oh, well, now we got a penalty over here, and it was a dead ball penalty, and I don't know which one he's going to throw it on.
There is a flag on the play.
Wow, ball went clear back. Where's he going to spot?
7-yard loss so far. Let's see what they're calling.
It's a dead ball foul, so that will be marked off either half the distance or 15 yards.
Guys, this is only your 2nd penalty. Shouldn't be that confused. I'm trying to figure out. Somebody tell us something. Dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike. On both of them.
Decline.
It's offset.
Yeah.
The offsetting penalty.
Unsportsmanlike penalties on both sides.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 again?
No, yeah, it's just like the play never happened.
Okay.
So it goes back 1st and 10. But see,
well, now they're moving the flag.
Well, yeah, they got to come back. Come to think of, they got to, because Brent, it happened after the play.
Yeah.
It was a dead ball foul, so the ball got to come back. Second and 17. And Jeremy Blunt wants a clarification of something.
Visitor side are located in the center of the complex.
And I think the officials are not sure what's going to happen. He's saying you can't have your team over there, but the other coach has got
over there, coach a huddle with his team.
Yeah, so, well, you're going to do. Timeout, Phoebus.
This one will be charged to the Phoebus Phantoms. It is their first.
Now, little confused.
I think they are too, Bob. I think the officials are too. Because like you said, if the penalty happened before the end of the down, then the down should go over, right?
Right, but it didn't. I was watching what happened.
Dead ball. Yeah.
It was one of the Phoebus players, one of the Warriors were just going at each other, and he threw the flag and then called it on both of them. But it was after the play had already been whistled dead.
And I think that's what the discussion was on the field. They had to clarify that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. You got to be sure. You don't be penalizing a team that doesn't need to be penalized.
2nd and 17, Bob, so let's see how. The difference on that play is, you notice that Wright did not go back. He drew up and just tried to make a quick pass. There's Bucknell.
Bucknell, nothing. Well, they just drove right into him. He lost. It looks like he lost about
a yard.
About a yard. Yeah, third. Let's call it 3rd and 18.
Yeah.
Credit the tackle to the Warriors number 8, Devontae Haley.
Here comes Nelson in number 10. This young man is quite a wide receiver here.
Yeah, we have always been real high on his athletic ability, both on the football field and on the basketball court. All right, there we go. He got back almost to the original line of scrimmage. We'll bring up a punting down for the Phoebus Phantoms. He's going to be it's going to be a little bit into the wind a little bit. The 4th and 11. And that was Bucknell on the draw play.
Well, that was a good series for the Magna Vista Warriors. That very first play, setting them back like they did. But Wright tried to hit a quick pass and couldn't release it because the defenders for the Warriors were up close. They're not
right. We got a center, and then the flag come flying in. I don't know what that's from. It could be illegal procedure. Yep, exactly, against the Phantoms. And we've got the Nelson kid that punts for Phoebus. Young man is a rugby-type kicker, Tyler Nelson. He's just a junior. Also plays running back and defensive back. And nice punt, nice punt.
He called for a fair catch.
And at the 45-yard line of the Warriors, Magna Vista will take over for the second series. They moved the ball really well till they got down to about the 30-yard line, and then Phoebus stopped them on a 4th and 2.
And Phoebus, of course, series started off bad and got worse before they got out of it. So let's hope that's behind. Well, Magna Vista played a great first series against Phoebus. That's all.
Yeah, they both offensively and defensively.
Yes.
They just come by with nothing. Like you said, nobody. They could have kicked a field goal, had the wind behind them.
They went for it. As with the number of touchdowns they've scored this year, I don't see them going for many.
And it's a reverse.
On 17, he's going, folks. There was a hold right there.
Oh, wow.
There was a hold nobody picked up. From the 45.
They saw that game against Pocosin, and Phoebus is real susceptible to the reverse, and that's exactly what happened. Young man came in motion from this side. And
52-yard gain, Bob.
It'll be 1st and goal for the Warriors from the 2-yard line.
And he didn't get in, and that was Harrison with the ball.
Phantoms keep them out of the end zone. Credit tackle to number 75, Anthony Davila.
Under center, same play.
Did not get in.
Got him again. Good job that time. Number 8 for the Phantoms. Number 75 for the Phantoms. They in there doing their job, and that's Andre Smith and Anthony Davila. Again, same thing.
There they go. They got it in. They called it? Yes. Who scored that, Bob? Could you tell?
I couldn't tell. It looked like the quarterback helmet came off.
Just into the end zone for a Warrior touchdown.
Going in for the extra point, Brent, you got your, the kicker is number 30, Lake Ians.
Hold on 1 second.
He looks up and it looks good.
Yep.
Kick is up. Kick is signal good. Number 30, Lake Ians.
Well, you know, a lot of people will be upset because the Phantoms are behind, but Brent, we've watched them behind in a lot of games this year and come back. The only one that didn't come back one, and that was the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, that was a, like you said, that was a picture of what Poquoson did last week.
Exactly.
Yeah, in that reverse, and you can see it from this side.
Nobody was over there.
Nobody. The receiver just took everybody to the middle of the field, front side, and.
But there was a block. It looked like either that or it was a holding right about the 35-yard line. It was not called.
But the official was too busy running down the field to see it, because it was wide out in the middle between two people, and he just put his arm around the Phoebus defender and held him. And just that simple. You'll see it on film.
Okay, Lake Ians will kick off for the Magna Vista Warriors.
Let's see if Phoebus can make
We
this.
got Trey Hamlin deep, Brent. He's an exciting return man, number 5.
Yeah, he returned 2 last week and only got credit for 1.
And they're going to kick it to him. He takes it back to about the 37, 38-yard line. Nice run, return.
Yep. All right, Phoebus got a little bit better field position.
We bet a little bit better. They need to just establish something. I was surprised they came out with the pass right away, especially where they were field-wise, field position. But okay, 39 for the market, just right under center. He's got Holloway and Becknell behind him. And it's Becknell with the ball, and he picked up a couple, maybe, depends on the spot.
Picked up 2. Well, you can tell that the Warriors are keying on that young man. Of course,
we got somebody here looked like number 13, 73 for Magna Vista. That is their, I don't have 73 on my starters. 73 is, that is Penna. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but I'm going to call him Penna. He's a defensive lineman. Like 283, 5'10".
Abry and Penna.
Abry and Penna.
Coaches have talked to him. Let me see what I can see with my
I hope he's not hurt.
Maybe the wind or the whatever. Let's see. He's moving his legs and everything. They're working on his, looks like his left knee, Bob, is what it looks like.
Wow.
Hate to see that.
That's always a scary situation when there's, but you know, as a lineman down there, sometimes you get rolled up by your own people. Yep. Here's our other cameraman, didn't show up today. Yeah, we missed him.
Again, he's moving his hands. It looks like he's talking to him, Bob.
Well, it looked like he's in a little bit of pain.
To access today's program, please go to www.bhsl.org.
They're trying to help him up, but he didn't want to come up. Okay, now I'm going to. He's got a lot of weight put on that. Yeah, he doesn't want to put any weight on it.
Yeah, that horse don't want to saddle because that hurts. I can see.
Wow.
It. Trying to bounce him off the field. That's what the coach used to call it. When he's hopping like that, he's going to bounce him off the field. Players are coming out to help him.
Number 73, Pena is being assisted.
Like you said, Bob, I hope it's not serious.
Yeah, I hate that.
He's putting a little bit more weight on it now. All right, here we are back at the game. It's 2nd and 8, Bob, at the 41.
Jomari Becknell picked up 2 on that last run. He's got his fullback back there blocking for him, number 40.
That's Holloway.
Jalen Holloway.
He's not a bad runner himself.
No, he isn't. And every now and then they'll give him the ball just, you know, keep him happy. Because he's basically a blocking back. And there's
Hamlin and Nelson both coming back into the huddle.
And Nelson, a young man, will be playing the wide out down here closest to the to us. And he got Hamlin at the top. Single coverage. Man, kid can fly. Becknell, nice run that time. Brent picked up about 5 yards. And away, we got a penalty. And I don't know what he's going to go. Is it going to go against? It's going to go against the Phantoms. We'll see what happens. The ball is spotted at the 45-yard line. We'll see what the main man has to say. I've lost it.
Penalty is for a personal foul against the Phoebus Phantoms. It'll be a major penalty, 15 yards.
I just don't understand how Phoebus keeps shooting himself in the foot, Bob.
Well, they do. This ball's now on the 31. They've got to go to the 49 to get a first down.
Well, they got about 18 yards for a first down, and it's third down.
And we got holding. We got to hold another flag back here, and nobody but the Phantoms back here, so I bet you it's a hold. Wow. You talk about shooting yourself in the foot time after time after time.
On the play covering for the Warriors, number 33, Trey Brunson.
Holding against the
decline.
Well, I would decline too, because they end up being a
6-yard loss.
Yep. Well, actually, it was not a loss, Brent. It was an incomplete pass.
Well, I'm just looking where they're standing down there now behind the mark, Bob. You see this? There. Okay, now they're going to put the ball back at the mark.
Yeah, they got to bring the ball back up here to the 31. Because that's where the line of scrimmage is. There we go. Now we got it right.
Okay.
I tell you, that sometimes I wonder about, as my father-in-law used to say, everybody's crazy for me and thee, but sometimes I'm not too sure about thee.
Another nice punt.
Way high. Let it get away. Just stay away from it. There you go. Good job. Clear down to the 20. Looked like about the 27-yard line. Yeah.
Great punt.
And that's the young Mr. Nelson.
Not that Magna Vista is not doing what they can to stop the Phantoms, but when they're not, the Phantoms are doing what they can to stop themselves. I'll put it just like it is.
They have to have minus yardage.
Oh yeah. And if they didn't take that last 10-yard penalty. I mean, I just don't understand it. They've got to be more composed than that.
Let's see defensively. Would they need to get something going here? Sometimes your defense can get you going. Here's the handoff right.
There's a hold right there.
Boy, they do. They are missing some holding out there. Unbelievable. He picked up, looks like about 4 yards. And that was the running back, Harrison. Number 2, handoff from McGuire.
I don't know what these officials are looking at, but they're not looking at the same game we're looking at, I can tell you that. That's 2 holes right in front of them. It just doesn't matter.
It's a wide open. Wide open.
10.
They're clear down to the 50. He started at the 30.
23-yard pass.
Wow. They're going to spot it at the 50-yard line. First down for the Magna Vista Warriors. And that receiver was wide open.
I'll tell you what, he's caught 2 passes for 40 yards, Bob.
Wow. He's back now. A nice tackle that time, but number 4 for the Phantoms. And that was Daquan Lewis. But
That was a pickup of 20 right there, Bob.
Wow. And the ball was right at about the 31-yard line. That was a good run that time by Hairston. McGuire back in the shotgun. Stepping up the pass and got some pretty good speed on him that time. Did not pick up, maybe got back to, picked up maybe a yard to the 30.
And is brought down by the Phantoms. Credit the tackle to Deshaun Pope, number 9 of the Phantoms.
Number 9 for the Phantoms, Deshaun Pope made the tackle, and you see while they're tackling, they're taking the legs out from underneath these guys.
Well,
That's the best way to tackle.
The quarterback paid for that price. He felt it in his knees when he saw him get up and walk away. He was not real.
He wasn't spry?
No.
Didn't have a little jump to his step. Here comes the linebackers are coming in. Wow, the receiver, number 7, fell down for the Phantoms, and that was Marlon Carter, and then the young man dropped the ball. And who was that, number 17, I think?
19. 19 was the one that the ball hit him in the hands.
And that's Austin Perkins, number 19. Austin is 158, 6'1" junior, 3rd down and 9. Back to pass again, doing a screen pass. Nice call, but he's going to be a little bit short. Well, it depends. Now they're going to mark him at the 20, which will give him a 1st down.
On the initial contact, Peter Router, number 42 with a cleanup on the tackle by Damian Charity. That's enough for a earlier 1st down.
The clock is running, and we may have a timeout. I see Coach Blunt out there on the field, and Phoebus is going to call her 2nd timeout.
Phoebus Phantoms call timeout.
That was a great call that time by the coaching staff.
Everybody was coming, and they anticipated it.
They send the linebacker. I saw Peyton. I remember his name in a minute. Peyton Ryder was coming from his linebacker spot, and everybody came in. Said what you want. If you got a blitz going, your best call against the blitz is either a draw or a screen pass, and they drew the screen pass.
Just set it up perfectly. Number 2, that's Hairston. He's having quite a game. He's on the ground, Bobby's already picked up 45 yards, and in the air he's picked up 10. So
got a good game going so far.
Yep. So
it'll be 1st and 10 for the Magna Vista Warriors at their
20-yard line.
Phoebus's 20-yard line.
It would be 14-0 right now, except for a drop pass, because it was right in his hands.
Back in the shotgun. Oh, nobody picked up the quarterback. And now we got a penalty coming in. Could be a block in the back or a hold or something. We'll see. But it'll still be a
So what are they going to do here? It's going to be 10 from the spot?
Yeah, it'll be a spot foul. They'll still have the ball, and we'll see the call from the official. Block in the back against the Magna Vista, and it's going to take the ball back to the 19, so they actually will pick up a yard, and it'll still be 1st down. It's 1st and 9. You ever seen one of those?
Not in a while.
It's been a while since I see a 1st and 9. You're right. There he is. And that's the running back. Hairston, number 2. 5'7", 175, well, actually 171 senior. And he's picked up over 2,000 yards this year, which is a complete season
for a lot of teams.
A couple, 3 seasons for some teams. And we've got Ian's number 30, Lake Ian's in to attempt a point after. And looks up and looks good. And it is good, 14-0. Phoebus is yet to get their
first down.
Not only the first down, but just to get something going.
Yeah. Just to give you a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, right now Harrison, the running back for Magna Vista, on 9 attempts has 64 yards running and 1 10-yard pass completion. And McGuire, the quarterback, on 7 attempts has 35 yards rushing. So, and they've done all this with 2 penalties for 20 yards. And so, right now they seem to be having their way, Bob.
Well, that penalties they got didn't hurt them a bit. first and 9, and they took it all the way in.
I got to give them credit. Phoebus has tried bringing 6 and 7 people, and they're not able to get to the. They had the quarterback, but he rolled right out of the tackle.
Yeah, and I noticed the lineman coming in to tackle him, and he was standing so straight he could not make the move. You got to learn to lower your center of gravity so that you can make that cut to stay with him, and nobody could stay with him. That was a great job that time by the quarterback. That was number 7 taking it back. Marlon Carter that time takes it back about the 34-yard line.
He kept trying to get that blocker in front of him to take that man out.
Yeah, and he tried to move, and his feet went right out from under him.
Yeah, the field's not in the best of shape. It's been so much play on this field this year. It's just slick.
Well, and the play has come after there's been some rain, Brent. So you got a wet field, and its turf is tore up a little bit. And now let's see if the Phoebus can get something going. They need to get that initial first down.
It makes some offense happen. Yep, right now.
They got 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers, the Warriors do. And Becknell got through the first batch and picked up about 5 yards.
Ball carry, number 11, Jamari Becknell.
We got the ball is now spotted at the 39, so it is 2nd and 5. First very positive that they've had from first down, they being the Phantoms. Got 3 wideouts at the top of the screen, tight end down here in the bottom. And Trey Hamlin is only, they only had 1 defensive back over there with the 2 offensive wideouts.
They weren't even looked at.
And he lost a yard, lost a half a yard. End of the first quarter where the score is 14-0 in favor of the Magna Vista Warriors.
Well, just to tell you, Bob, in the regular season of Magna Vista, they averaged 45 points a game on offense and gave up a little over 16 points. Okay? And the 3 games up to this in the playoffs, they have averaged winning by 30 points a game.
Winning by 30?
Winning by 30 points a game. During the regular season, they averaged over 6 touchdowns a game if you average out over 10 games. So they have put up quite a bit of offensive statistics this year, and it's very obvious. They returned 9 of their starters on the defense this year from last year's championship game. So you got a lot back. Of their starting 22 players, 17 are seniors. Of the starting 22
well,
players.
and
so
those 17 played in that championship game against Lafayette last year that they won.
Yep.
Lafayette was undefeated going into that game, and everybody was right surprised that they lost because they were so dominant down here. But every now and then you run into a good team, and right now Phoebus needs to get something going. 3rd down and 5.
Here comes a breakthrough right here.
He waited so long to throw the ball, and the defense can't hold him off that long. So he's going to lose a couple yards. They're going to bring up another 4th down. Going to bring in Tyler Nelson to punt again.
Magna Vista is very confident at being able to cover the receivers because Wright has not been able to get a pass off so far. He's just been pretty much stymied. Nobody's open. He's not ready to let it go. They're going to have to work out something.
And I'm watching Jeremy Blunt down there talking to him. You've got to do something about what a nice punt that is. And it's a fair catch at about the 28-yard line for the
Well, I have to say,
Magna Vista Warriors.
And I give the credit, the receiver on that punt, I give him credit. The ball was high enough. Time-wise, you got to figure out they're going to be close. Why take a chance? Just make
Right,
sure.
let's catch the ball and go from there.
We're moving the ball, so there's no sense in taking a chance.
All right, let's see if Phoebus can hold them again.
Right now, Magna Vista has 8 first downs to Phoebus's none.
And this is the first time I've seen somebody thrown for a loss.
And number 2, he lost 4 yards, and that's his first loss for the night, I think.
Number 82 for the Phoebus Phantom made that tackle.
They gave only 2 off of that. Okay, I thought he was tackled back further than that, but okay.
I'm trying to figure out where I've got more stuff over here I don't know what to do with. Here it is, 82. Marcus Tate.
Oh, come on. Somebody on a bench talked him into that because he didn't throw it for the first 10 seconds, I'll tell you that.
And I tell you, if it's against, and I don't know how many penalties have been thrown today, but the vast majority of them have been against the Phantoms. And if this is a pass interference, it's a 15-yarder. And it's exactly the call.
That's 2 15-yarders and a 5-yard against the Phantoms.
And that'll be a first down at the 42-yard line.
That's 13 minutes and some seconds into the game, Bob, counting the first quarter. It's 2 15-yarders and a 5-yarder against Phoebus.
Wide open again across the middle, number 17 for the Magna Vista Warriors, and that's Trey Red. Trey Red, 6 foot 170 senior. Ball is going to be spotted at the 40-yard line of the Phantoms, and just so too much area, and they're ready to go. And Phoebus Phantoms aren't ready, but then a penalty against the Magna Vista Warriors for illegal procedure. One of the linemen went down, got in a 3-point stance, and came out of it. You can't do that. So it'll be 1st and 5, but they're ready to go, and the Phantoms aren't up at the line of scrimmage yet. Back to throw it again. Nice pass right in and out of the hands.
Number 17.
17 again.
That was Red.
Trey Red defending on the play that time for the Phantoms. Daquan Lewis, number 4.
I'm going to tell you, he's put 2 passes on the money that have been dropped. Other than that, that's been the only blink in the passing game.
We got illegal procedure against the Phantoms. Now will be 2nd and 10.
Penalties against the Phoebus Phantoms. Offside.
Right now, the Magna Vista Warriors are showing a lot of polish, a lot of discipline.
A lot of poise.
And a lot of poise.
They've been here before. A lot of seniors.
And we got a flag on in there, and that's got to be a hold or a illegal block or something. Is going right into the middle of the line that time. Is Harrison took the ball and went around the left side, didn't pick up anything. It looked like he stopped at the line of scrimmage, but now we're going to have another huddle.
No.
And I'm not talking about the teams. I'm talking about the officials. They're out of the Colonial District, out of Lynchburg. But they seem to be confused. Maybe it's the difference of being down at sea level. I don't know. But we are at sea level
Never
here,
seen
right?
so much huddling over one flag. I mean, I can see it when you got 2 or 3 flags laying around out there, but it's like, what you want to do, Dave? I don't know. Let's mark this off. They gonna let anybody know?
They don't know yet how he's going to call it. Here we go.
Is he picking
Chop block. There you go. It had to be. How long does it take you to do that? And that's a 15-yard penalty. A chop block is, and that's going to take the ball back to the 44-yard. Well, we'll call it on the 45, which will bring up a 10, 25, 2nd and 25. And back to pass, going deep. And intercepted that time by the Phantoms, number 9. What a great job that time by Deshaun Pope. But McGuire just went back and threw it and figured his man was going to be able to get it. The receiver down there, taller. These receivers are taller than these defensive backs.
Right across the board.
Pope went up and said, "That's mine," and took it. Maybe that's what the spark that the Phantoms need.
At least they slowed him down. That's the first series of penalties that's kind of stopped Magna Vista by. Between a couple of penalties and maybe a little depression on their part, thought they could get away with anything. That pass, like you said, intercepted. So far, they've been able to do just about what they wanted.
Well, let's see. We're going to run the ball. We're going to pass the ball. There he is. There he is. Oh, no. Wide open. Wow, that was
Hamlin.
Trey Hamlin, and he had gotten behind the defensive back, and the defensive back is complaining to the official there for I don't know what about. He's saying the guy's too fast or whatever. I don't know. That's not fair, but Hamlin had him beat. Great pass, just a little, need a little more air underneath it.
That was a touchdown left on the field right there. Because he had his man beat. That was the first time Wright was able to have time to get the ball off.
Yep, and he went back a little bit. If you noticed, he went back about 4 or 5 steps that time instead of 1 or 2.
All right, they got 3 wideouts over here. And let's see if they're going to stay in the air for a while. Now he came back. Wow, that's 12. It's going to have him picking up about 5, I think.
Don't ask me why. Picked up about 4 yards, 3rd and 6. And who was that got that ball?
Number 12.
Number 12,
that
right.
Was Jackson.
On the stop for the Warriors, number 41, Keon.
All right, and Nelson back into the huddle. I think Phoebus might have decided we're going to have to do something in the air.
Well, they're going to have to spread it out a little bit to open it up for Becknell. Becknell is a good runner, but he's got to get a couple of blocks and give him a seam. And we're going to pass again.
Nobody on that side to throw to.
And everybody was on the left side. He ran to the right.
Nobody on this side
brings up a 4th down. Brent, we left a touchdown on the field that time.
Yes, we did.
Tyler Nelson going back in to punt. I like the way this kid punts the ball. You're not going to get many run backs.
Nobody from Phoebus on those receivers that I remember went across the field.
Everybody went to the left. He was flooding this side of it. Again, a nice kick, and the next fair catch. He's not going to do anything with it. He's going to spark at the 42-yard line. Great field position for the Warriors.
Well, with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, Phoebus trails 14-0. Not only they trail 14-0, but they're trailed by 9 first downs. They just not had a chance to get a first down on the board, Bob. I have never seen a Phoebus team stop like this. All credit to Magna Vista.
Absolutely. And it goes to the way their offense is running.
Yeah.
Very disciplined. They get up to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. The Phoebus is still moving the defense around, trying to figure out where they're going to go from. And here the running back,
it's
Hairston, and he picked up maybe a half a yard.
On the carries,
they're going to give him 1.
Peyton Ryder run on the stop that time. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. We got 8:21 to go in the first half of play. Windy day here, darling. Temperature in the mid to low 50s. The wind makes it feel even a little cooler than that.
The visitors are much happier right now, not only because they're winning the game, but because they're sitting in the sun.
Nice pass that time.
Number 9.
Good fake, and number 9 for the Magna Vista. Number 9 is Jason Scales.
Perkins, isn't it? No, 9. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure where they put the ball down out here, Bob. It's at the 41.
19 is Perkins.
Yeah, put it at the 41. Does that look like right?
Yeah, 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, they give the ball to Harrison, and he loses yardage that time. Number 8 for the Phantoms, Deshaun Pope in on the stop along with Andre Smith. And that's the first negative they've had, Brent. They lost a good 3 yards on that. 2nd and 13. In the pistol is McGuire. And he keeps the ball.
I don't know what the deal is. They can't tackle that young man. He's got legs long enough to step over people, I guess.
He picked up about 7 yards.
Make it 8.
Well, they're going to spot it at the 40, the 36-yard line. 36 will be 3rd and 5. And he picked up 8 yards because he had 3 to go before he got to the first down. This is a big defensive play for the fumble, and who got the ball? Phoebus ends up with it. Wait a second, he's going to call it a pass. They're calling it a pass. All right, which it could have been forward. I'll be interesting to know. I could not hear the whistle.
Yeah.
I would be interested to know where the whistle blew or not. That brings up a 4th down. And they spotted the ball where they spotted it. And another fumble. And okay, takes 2 fumbles for us to get the ball. But we got the ball that time. Number 21 for the Phantoms, I think, is the one to end up with the ball that time, and that's Jonathan Gregory. Oh, he said number 8 got it, so may have been Andre Smith.
Well, boy, they just kept trying to give Phoebus that ball that time, didn't they?
Well, that offensive series really didn't look good to begin with.
That's the first kind of so-so.
We'll go back into under center. Ball goes to Backnell, and he's hit before he gets to the line of scrimmage.
They're giving him the line of scrimmage, I think. Yeah.
And number 9 for Magna Vista, Brent, was right on him. Jason Scales, he had him as soon as he got the ball. They gave him a yard. So we're going to say 2nd and 9. Trey Amblin comes in with the play. And I see Nelson is in there. Both of those are coming down here to the end along with 15. They got trips on this side.
There's Nelson across the middle, and he's not. Throws it in the
throws it in the ground. He had a wide open player that would have been the first down. The intended receiver was number 12, Andre Jackson.
Just short-armed it.
Yeah, he was. He's a little antsy. He's been hit a lot. He's hadn't had a lot of time to throw the ball. He was running that time and just hung on to the ball so long that when he did throw it, it went right into the ground.
The receivers were there. But like you say, Magna Vista's giving him a tough time back there. When he can get the ball up, for the most part, he's got to move. So it's just 3rd down and about 10.
We got 4th down. I'm sorry, this
3rd down.
3rd down, but we have a timeout, and this is the last timeout for the Phantoms with 5:51 to go in the first half. They're trailing 14-0 right now, and they just need to get their initial first down. They still have not got their initial first down.
Correct. And it's 3rd down and 10 with 5:51 to go in the 2nd quarter. And this, I'll say it again. Magna Vista at this point, between Phoebus stepping on their own foot and penalties,
stomped on their own foot
with penalties at key times, Magna Vista shut them down.
Yeah.
One rider's had time, which has been very rare. There's 2 or 3 times he stopped back to throw the ball, never was able to get rid of it. He just couldn't get a man open quick enough. So the corners and safeties for Magna Vista are doing a great job of coverage right now.
Well, Phoebus has played from behind, but they've at least picked up a few first downs the first half.
They've showed some movement of the ball so far. I mean, they've got to find what's going to work, because this team is got their number right now.
Oh, we got Justin right in the pistol. He got plenty of time. He's going deep. And that was a good job by number 17, being right where he needed to be.
Yep.
And that number 17 for the Magna Vista.
That's Red.
That's Trey Red. And the ball was intended for number 12 for the Phantoms.
Well,
and he had to become a defensive player, even though he was the intended receiver. And that's Trey. I'm sorry. That's who was that number 12? It's
Trey Red was the
Trey
17.
Okay, Andre Jackson.
Yeah.
There we got a punt. Another fair catch.
While we're talking about number 17, Trey Red, he is committed to Wake Forest, Bob, but he had 19 offers. And
19 offers.
And he was offered by 4 of the 5 major conferences in the country he got offers from.
So he decided to go to Wake Forest.
He's already committed to Wake Forest.
Very good.
And they say he's going to play safety there or a corner. And right now they got him running a wide receiver and linebacker and everything else. He does a good job.
All right, the Phoebus on defense. And here comes the blitz coming in wide open. And number 17, I tell you, every time he turned around, he hit number 17, Trey Red, and the young man you just talked about. And I can see why a good athlete, ball is going to be spotted at the Phoebus 40-yard line.
28-yard pickup.
Number 4 for the Phantoms was the defender on there, and that was Daquan.
He never turned around.
Lewis never turned and found the ball.
Nope. Great pass.
McGuire in the pistol. And he keeps the ball. And they hit him, but they can't bring him down. He is a big kid. Ball goes spotted at about the 35, Brent. I think he got 5.
Got him picked up 5. Is there another flag?
No, I don't see a flag. But that doesn't mean there isn't one. I've been many times I haven't seen them.
And many times you've seen too many.
That's been more than once, yes. All right, Trey, I'm sorry, Mr. McGuire.
Mr. McGuire, back in the pistol.
Number 3, which I would, 3 is a Trey, right? Oh, just a nice little pass, the swing pass to your running back, Harrison. And he goes run out of bounds.
Pass complete to the crowd. Harrison of the Warriors. Enough to pick up another Warrior first down.
Number 9 and number 4 for the Phantoms, and that's Daquan Lewis and Deshaun Pope over there to make the tackle. But again, he's threatening. Ball on the 25-yard line. Goes back to Harrison again. Go over that left side, picked up about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, I'm going to give you a stat here in a minute, Bob. It's going to surprise you. I'm giving him 4, right, on that one?
Yeah, I'd give him 4, absolutely.
Between McGuire, the quarterback, and Harrison, the running back, right now they have almost 20 yards just rushing. And Harrison also has 40 yards through the air, number 2.
Well, you got 2 backs in the backfield this time to protect him. But he's going to give the ball to the second back through on a cross, almost like a cross buck.
That was number 17, picked up 2.
Big number 75 for the Phantoms making the stop.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 5, Bob.
And that was Trey Red with it, and 75 for the Phantoms is Anthony Davila.
There's a hold right there, and that's still not going to call.
And that's incomplete. And he took a hit. Number 22 for the Phantoms finally got in there and got a little shot on him. He's saying, you know, just give me one shot anyway.
It's going to bring up 4th down. I think
Jeffrey Matthews. 4th down, Brent. They're going to go for it. They're not going to kick a field goal. They're not going to punt it. The ball is spotted at the 20. A nice catch. It's right in front of the receiver. And that's number 21,
I think.
It was this 21 for the
I think it's
Warriors. And that is
21, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to find him over here. 21 is Devin Johnson. And first and 10 from about the 11-yard line.
Yep.
And the quarterback, just a quarterback keeper, and run out of bounds and lost the ball, but he was out of bounds when he lost the ball. And stopped by number 9 for the Phantoms.
Picked up about 6.
Deshaun Pope. And, you know, what's happening here, Brent, is something I talked to you about before, that when your corners and your safeties are making the tackles, they've already picked up 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah.
Again, the quarterback keeps the ball, just goes off left side, just kind of waltzes in for a touchdown. 20-0 with 2:54 to go in the game, and the Phantoms have yet to mount any kind of a drive. How big was this touchdown possible to Trey Hamlin down here, Brent?
Well, it may have given him a little bit of a boost to get him fired up a little bit. But right now,
he ends in to attempt the point after, and looks up and looks good, and it is 21-0 with 2:54 to go in the game. I'm sorry, in the first half.
Bob, what's there to say? Right now, this Magna Vista team, who came in here defending state champion Division III,
they're all cylinders.
Everything's working. And the few times they've been stopped, they've had as much to do with it with a couple of penalties as anything else. Phoebus has had a few, what I'd call a sack, and that's what he put the running back down in before he got to the marker. He lost yardage. But just to give you some stats, and we get to the halftime, we'll do them completely. But Harrison has 70 yards rushing already on 13 carries. And the quarterback, McGuire, has 60 yards rushing on 11 carries.
Well, everybody is, it seems like the Phantoms are just keying on Harrison, and McGuire can just fake the handoff to him, and then he can go to the left or to the right, and it seems to be wide open. He doesn't get hit until he has picked up 4 or 5 yards. That last one, when he got the touchdown, he was 11 yards out, 11, 12 yards out. Nobody touched him.
Well, let's see. It's amazing to see the dominance that this team has displayed so far. Oops.
All right, Doug spotted about the 21-yard line, and that was number 7 for the Phantoms that got the ball, which was Marlon Carter, and they're going to spot the ball at the 21-yard line for the Phantoms, and the clock will start on the whistle.
2:45 to go in the second quarter, and you just said it. Phoebus is almost at minus yardage right now.
Oh, I can believe it.
They've completed 1 pass for 4 yards, and that's it. They have no first downs in the first half at this point.
I got Justin Wright in the pistol, going back, going to pass. Got Nelson. Nelson had the ball at the 30. That's where they're going to spot him.
It's going to be a pickup of about 7.
Looks close to, a little about 7.5. But sometimes don't go for the deep one. Go,
That's what he needs to do. He needs to work it down the field.
Try to get your first down.
Yeah, he needs to work it down the field.
Back to pass again. Oh, right out of Trey Hamlin's hands. And it's very close. You know, if the defensive back had been watching the ball instead of the receiver, he might have picked that ball up off the caroom.
It just bounced right off his hands. But I don't know that he would have made a yard out of that, Bob, because he had 3 minutes.
Oh, defense was right on top of him. Absolutely. All right, we got 3rd down and 3. And I thought they might pick up the first down, and let's see what they do. And they're going straight ahead with Becknell, and he got it.
He got his 1st down.
I tell you, you got to be amazed with this kid is just he's not huge. He's not very big, but man, did he play tough. Becknell, just a tough little old runner. He's a senior, 5'9". He's not very big, 170, but I tell you, he is all heart when he carries that ball.
When he hits, you fall back. I don't care how big the linemen are. He knocks you back.
In the pistol. Oh, he's just throwing the ball down the court, or down the field. And nobody back there. He's tended for Elijah Nelson. And looks like number 7 defensive back there was the only one. He had a better chance at the ball than Nelson did. And that is Tawan Dodson. 2nd down with 1:38 to go in the first half of play. Phoebus trailing 21-0.
There we go. Let's just see if we can get something generated, right, Bob?
We got 3 wideouts at the top of the screen. Just needs to have some protection. And right to Trey Hamlin, a little high for him. He did get his hands on, but that's the ball you got to figure you can catch. It's a little bit above your head, but you got to come down with that ball. But I tell you one thing about Wright, he's putting some steam behind that ball.
There was some mustard on that one, boy.
Yeah, a little ketchup, too.
Hamlin would have liked to get his hands on it just to keep it from hitting him in the helmet. I think it rung a bell a little bit.
I think they have to come out and do a concussion protocol because he got hit by the pass.
Well, I think Wright, the quarterback, has realized he hadn't got a whole lot of time. There's Nelson. Where is he throwing that ball?
The ball he just got away from him. Took off, and that brings up a 4th down. And now you're giving this Magna Vista, they've got all 3 of the timeouts left. There'd be probably 1 minute and 20-some seconds by the time they get the ball. They have plenty of time to go down and score again.
Yeah. Right now, I have to say that one of the better things going for Phoebus right now is their punting game. I mean, he's been able to put some good punts out there.
He had to hurry that punt, but the official had to run out of the way. That ball is going to roll clear down and goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Like I say, their punt game is
wow.
the only thing even kept them close.
Well, that's how many yards was that?
That's about 65 yards, I think. Well, I don't know how to call it any other way. Mr. Bucknell has had 8 carries, Bob, for 23 yards. But it took him the 3rd carry to get out of the hole.
Well, he's just,
like being on Jeopardy, you know what I'm saying? You get the first couple of questions wrong and you're in the hole all of a sudden.
All right, let's see what Magna Vista is going to do. They got everybody in tight. They're just going to run the ball, going to sweep it with Harrison, and he's going to pick up maybe 2-3 yards.
Let's see where they mark the flag. I can't tell with the pile. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's got about 2. Give them 2. The ball, they're going to spot the ball just about the 18. I'm sorry, about the 21-yard line.
Like you say, they're back up on that line quick, boy. You talking about
They never huddle.
No.
You watch the center for them,
spread.
and he is there fast.
No huddle spread. What they got.
His job is to get there underneath over that ball and be ready to center it when the quarterback wants. They're going to have a draw play this time. Nothing. It looks like number 8 for the Phantoms making the stop on Harrison.
No gain.
And I tell you, number 8 for the Phantoms have played a great game so far tonight, and that's Andre Smith.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of plays. Well, we're going to have to select players of the game for this game, of course, and that be from Tidewater Team Sports. We'll talk more about them later. We go down to the 9-second mark of the second quarter. The first half is about to end, ladies and gentlemen, and it has. Take it, Bob.
All right, but it's the end of the first half of play. The score 21 for the Magna Vista Warriors, nothing for the Phantoms. The Phantoms have got 1 first down in this first half. They've got to go inside. They got to make some changes. They got to do some adjustments, and we'll see what happens. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Welcome back to Darling Stadium. Second half of action getting ready to start. Both teams are back up on the field. The score 21-0 in favor of the
Magna Vista Warriors.
And Phoebus finally has gotten their first down. But Brent, you've got some statistics. You want to regale us with all these numbers you've got?
If you're going to say something bad to me, what was that word again? All right, let me just say this. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I never thought I would see what I'm seeing here on this paper for the Phoebus. Right now, I'll give you Magna Vista stats right now. Magna Vista has 30 attempts rushing for 211 yards in the first half. They are 7 of 12 passing for 114 yards. Total yardage is 325 yards in the first half.
325.
And for the first half of Magna, they have 14 first down and 4 penalties for 40 yards. They have 1 interception, 2 fumbles, and lost 1 fumble. Phoebus, on the other hand, has 11 rushes for 23 yards, and they also lost 10 yards in sacks. They are 2 of 9 passing for a total of 11 yards, which their total yardage is 34 yards with 1 first down, also 4 penalties for 40 yards. I've never seen such dominance of a Peninsula team since I've been out here doing this. So I just want to say hats off to Magna Vista this time, and I hope Phoebus has been able to go into the locker room, Bob, and try to put a game plan together, put something together.
I hope they have too,
see
Brent.
If they can sustain something. They get the ball on the kickoff.
Yep,
and let's see.
they're getting the ball to start the second half. They need to set a precedence. They need to take the ball. They need to drive it down. They need to score. They need to let people know we're ready to play ball. They have come back from deficits all year long, but nothing like this, and not the dominance that they have taken on the chin the first half. And here we go. The kickoff taken at about the 20-yard line. And that was Trey Hamlin, and he stumbled a little bit, went across, and they're going to spot him at the 35. I thought he got almost to the 40, but maybe his knee went down a little early. But anyway, we'll see what Justin Wright and crew can do. Jeremy Blunt and his coaching staff, I know they've made some adjustments. We'll just see what happens, Brent.
Well, on that tackle, him running up the middle, it almost looked like a trip. He had gotten by the guys, and a foot came out from who? I don't know if it was one of our players or one of theirs, but it kind of caught him off balance, and he went down. Like you, I thought he didn't go down till about the 42.
Yeah, just right under center. Got Holloway and Becknell, and they're going to take Becknell and go outside a little bit. He's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2. Becknell's not having much success going up the middle, so they're going to try to go a little wide with him. That's one of the adjustments right now. Picked up 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Making the tackle for the Warriors. Number 7 to 1.
Well, Bucknell and Wright have been the only 2 with the ball in their hands in the backfield so far. We haven't seen Holloway or Wright on a handoff or handle the ball back there.
That's right. Number 7, Dodson, the cornerback, came up and made the stop that time. Here's Becknell right up the middle, straight ahead, and it gets maybe to the 40-yard line, which will picked up about 3 more yards, so it'll be 3rd and a long 5. Let's say 3rd and 6. And Hamlin comes back in, and
Nelson comes out.
Elijah comes out. Hamlin is going to be wide down here by himself. A single coverage. And
Wright is just missing the pass. I'm going to put it like it is. He's overthrown anything receiver on the sideline. It was almost like a hook up and come back, wasn't it, Bob?
It was. It was a hook. Well, it basically was, stop and come back to the ball, and the ball was not at the spot. It was too high. I think Justin is just
a little pumped.
I think he just trying to get rid of the ball too soon. It's not a smooth throw. Not at all like he was when he was warming up. Nice kick again by Tyler Nelson, and the ball goes down inside the 20, at about the 28-yard line. Right now, you're thinking play of the game. That's one of my things I'm thinking about right now is Tyler Nelson.
The punter. He has done everything. I mean, he's averaging about 36 yards a punt, Bob, 37 yards a punt.
Well, he's and he got pressured one punt, but he just still does the same thing. I'm just impressed with the way he punched the ball. He's just a junior. We'll have him back next year. And there is quarterback kept the ball, and they just so much looking for Hairston to get the ball. McGuire gets it, takes it down to about 48-yard line.
That's McGuire.
What'd I say?
It's at Hairston. That's okay.
Well, Hairston was the one he faked to. You're right. It was McGuire who ended up with the ball, and they're going to spot it at the 48-yard line, and they're ready to go right away. McGuire in the pistol, hands the ball off this time, just gives it to Hairston. And nice tackle that time by number 9 for the Phantoms, and Deshaun Pope made a good tackle after Hairston picked up maybe 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6, the ball spotted at the 48-yard line of the Phantoms. And I tell you, that is such a fake that McGuire does. He puts the ball right in the belly of Hairston and then just takes it right out. Everybody
goes with him a step and a half, and to see what he's going to do, take it back or let him have it.
That's the old triple option they used to do, but the only other option is him. And right there, he did it again, but he lost the ball.
He got it back.
He got it back.
It'll be a loss to 6.
Well, he lost good yardage because he had. Wow, they're going to move the ball clear back to the 43.
Lost 5. So he lost 8 yards.
So that 3rd and long. And that was the Phoebus. There were 3 players back on him that time. And he said, "You're going to fool me a couple times, but every now and then I'm going to get it right." And he could bring a number 17 over here on this side. Number 17's favorite quarterback is Red. And there's number 5, right. They run such great routes. And you got to like Malik Moore, 6'3", 168 senior, cut right in front of the defensive man, made the tackle. The ball is spotted at the 33-yard line, and the center is right over it, ready to go.
Who caught that, Bob? 15?
Yeah. And Caleb Carter ready to go at center. And here we go with Hairston right up the middle. And he just stumbled. And it's going to be spotted at the 12-yard line. I don't know. That was a phantom tackle that time because nobody touched him and he went down. But he was cutting. But the clock has started and they're ready to go and snap the ball already. And the quarterback's going to keep it, McGuire, and he's going nowhere.
McGuire keeps on this play and is brought down by the interior of the Phantom defense.
The interior line that time, and I want to talk about a couple of those young men that are doing that. Number 22 for the Phantoms was in on that, number 75, Davila, and I can't keep all my paperwork straight here today.
Got so much going on.
Yeah. Jeffrey Matthews was the other guy, along with others. 2nd and 10. And this is a pitch. Nobody stepped out to take the ball carrier, and he got the touchdown. Nobody went wide. Nobody went wide for the Phoebus Phantoms, and that makes it 27-0 in favor of the Warriors.
Just to tell you what that also did in that series, that just put Hairston at 100 yards for the game.
Well, there was no, I just couldn't
Nobody
see
out there.
Why you would not have somebody to get the pitch man.
I mean, it was just wide open.
Yeah.
Nobody out there other than the receiver, and he went with the flanker.
In to kick the extra point again is Blake Eanes. And he might have pulled that one a little bit or not. No, he got it inside, so he's 4 for 4, 28-0 in favor of the Warriors. Phantoms need to get something going. They had a chance to get going the first quarter, first possession, and just kind of never could get. You got to get the initial first down on your drive, and they just never did that.
Glad. Just to let you know that Magna Vista had 5 first downs on that drive. And that drive put Mr. Hairston right at 100 yards for the game on 18 carries. And also Mr. McGuire on his several carries. He carried 3 times that time. That's now put him at 72 yards for the game. So it's just been a complete offensive dominance.
Well, nobody,
the Warriors.
If they keying in on McGuire, you're leaving Hairston alone. If you key in on Hairston and leave McGuire, you got to keep them both. Well, you got to get both of them. Somebody's got to cover both of them.
That's what the coach said in the paper. If you remember, he said we're just not a one-dimensional team. There's not going to be any keying in on one facet of the game and being able to stop us.
Eanes just kicked the ball. And I don't know who picked that up. Took it back to about the 45. I think it was number 24. We'll see what he gets up. I'm sorry, 25 for the Phantoms. Picked that ball up and ran with it, and that's Aaron Branch.
I think it might have been 52, Bob, just to let you know.
You think it was 52? Well,
yeah.
If it was 52, that's Devon Gates.
You had that reverse thing. What do you call that? You said 25. I think you saw the right number.
Well,
here we go.
You was trying to say I'm dyslexic?
I don't know who he is. All right. First down on the 44-yard line, looks like.
44-yard line.
Oh, my Lord. That was Smith, wasn't it? Or right? 33.
That's
right.
33. That's right, Dan. You're right.
Well, he was so deep on that, Bob.
By the time he got the ball, he was hit and lost a yard.
And he was way deep to get that ball. They had to wait for him to get back up to the quarterback.
All right, bringing in number 8 for the Phantoms, and Andre Smith, and of course number 10 Elijah Nelson coming in. And Elijah, the only whiteout down here at the bottom of the screen. We're going to run the pass, and there he is. Nice catch, nice catch. Nelson got picked up some yardage. Ball is going to be spotted at the 26-yard line. And that's one thing you and I like about him is he got some good hands. You get the ball close to him, he's usually going to end up catching it. I've seen him rebound and take a ball off the offensive line and put it right back in without coming down.
Well, that's their first down of the second half and their second first down of the game.
And this is Daniel Wright again, straight ahead. Picked up a couple, 3 yards. There was a nice hole there, but it just closed quick. It looked like it. We'll give him 3 yards, Brent.
Yep, that's what I got him for. Good call.
The ball is going to be spotted at the 23.
Well, as you said, Mr. Wright appears to be, or Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, appears to be the heir apparent.
No, that's Mr. Wright.
Appears to be the heir apparent for the running back position for next year for the Phoebus Phantoms.
And there's nowhere for him to go that way, but he is really deep in that backfield.
He just never got, there was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah.
He lost 3.
Went back to the loss of 3 he picked up before, so this brings up a 3rd and 10.
That was Bucknell.
Ball back at the 27.
Was that Bucknell?
No, that wasn't Bucknell. That was Dennis Wright.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens with the Phantoms. 3rd and 10. We've got the normal backfield in. Right fakes.
No, he couldn't make up his mind.
And I think he may have picked up the first down. He's going to be close. If they pick it at the 11, that is the first down.
Well, they're not moving. Yeah, they're moving them.
Yeah, they got to move the green because all he had to do was go to the to the 16-yard line. He picked up 5 more than he needed to, so it'd be 1st and goal. I'm sorry, no, it'd be 1st and 10 from the, what is it, about the 12-yard line, 11-yard line?
I think it's the 12 where he's standing, but
I can't
12.
tell from this angle.
It's a 12. 1st and 10 from the 12. Yeah. Well, this is the best offensive they've shown so far, Bob.
And it started with that nice pass to Elijah Nelson. Right under center, man in motion. Becknell is straight ahead with Holloway, and he picked up a couple yards to about the 9-yard line.
That's his first carry of the game, Bob. Holloway.
Well, he's more than nothing. He's the blocking back there, blocking for Becknell. They're going to spot the ball at the 10, so it'll be 2nd and 8. And this is a kind of a prideful thing here for the Warriors. They do not want to give up a score.
Yeah.
And Holloway comes out.
And it's going to be 2nd down and about 8, Bob.
Trey Hamlin
is
taking
a long time to get ready. They're going to get themselves a 5-yard penalty here.
Trey Hamlin is in the backfield, and he's in motion. And there was a nice catch there by Nelson, and we got a touchdown by the Phantoms. Holy moly, Mr. Nelson got the first down and ended up getting a touchdown. That was about a 12-yard scoring.
What a great 12 yards. What a great catch.
Went up high, got that ball in his hands, and nobody was going to get Stephon Tompkins in to attempt the point after.
That was a 10-yard, I think. It was 2nd and 10.
McNair in the hole, number 15, Isaiah. And it looks good, and it is good. 7-28. All right, that's a little something we can take to the bank.
Yeah, not only that, but what was nice to see is you saw the hands that we've been talking about all year from Elijah Nelson. I mean, he had to go up and get both of those passes.
Yes,
the first
he did.
one, he went between 2 defenders and brought that ball down, but he was able to get it because he could get up so well. Then in that pass in the end zone, well, that's one we want to see on TV right there. I mean, he went up, again, defender all over him, but he just went higher than everybody else and took that ball. And
he did a great job on that, Brent. You're absolutely right.
And I have to give Mr. Wright, the quarterback, seems like he calmed down a little bit and he put those balls on money. They were right where they needed to be.
Well, he put that ball on a touchdown only where Nelson was going to get it. Nelson went up high like he was getting a rebound. And we've talked about his athletic prowess in both the football field and the basketball court. And last year he decided to run indoor track, but I've been told, and I hope it's true, that he will play basketball for the Phantoms this year, his senior year.
You saddle him up with Mr. Smith like we watched for a while last year. Those are 2 leapers right there. And Smith for Phoebus basketball team was just getting off the ground. 12, 14 rebounds a game. He's a heck of a player.
All right, okay, Stephon Tompkins going to kick the ball. He will walk up real nice and easy, and I'm going to kick that thing.
It's in the open area. Is it going out of bounds?
No, it's not going to go out of bounds.
Oh, the first guy's missed him, and that's Red with the ball.
You got to get him, and he's coming back. He got it back to about the 19-yard line, but it was like nobody wanted to tackle him. We're going to see if he runs backwards, and then we'll tackle him. I don't know.
That was a strange series right there. Picked it up at the 7, went 20 yards toward the 7 on the other side, and looped up, got 5, got tackled. 8 people hit him.
All right, we're 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. We got McGuire back in deep.
Ball goes to
Harrison, and he is thrown for a loss back to the 15-yard line.
See where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it at the 13, at about the 17. Is what
they're going to mark it at the 17.
So that's a loss of 3, right?
Yeah. But he went down. I'm just going by where he went down. I'm not when they marking the ball.
Yeah.
So now McGuire's got 2 backs behind him, Harrison and Red. And Harrison gets the ball coming over this side, and he's run out of bounds. Looks like about the 22-yard line. He keeps moving. So
he picked up about 5.
That'll be 3rd down. This is a big down for the Phantoms. If they can stop them here, they got a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can score again and get this game a little closer.
You've seen stranger things happen, haven't you?
Yes, we have. A little bit of cheering now over here on the Phantom side. They haven't had too much to cheer about during this game, but let's see what Mr. McGuire and company comes up with, the coaches.
There's a hole right there again.
And it's intercepted. The ball is intercepted by the number 25 for the Phantoms, and that's Aaron Branch. And that ball was tipped.
Yep.
And now the Phantoms have momentum on their side. They've got the ball. They're on the 28-yard line of the Magna Vista Warriors. All right, let's see what happens here. Phoebus Center up there, Kevin Melton. He's got Johnson, Lasaurus, Davila, and Carson are his front 5. Putting Trey Hamlin in motion. Ball goes to Becknell straight ahead. Whoa, one guy could get him, and guess who it was? Red, the young man who is already committed to go to Wake Forest. But that was a nice run, picked up almost 10 yards. They say just a half a yard short. No, now he's saying 1st down. Yeah, 1st down. Okay, got 10 yards on that. Had Red not made the tackle, that would have been a score. Becknell was headed for the end zone. Wright gets the call from the coaching staff. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Justin Wright back under center. Trey Hamlin in motion again. Wide open, touchdown. No, he dropped the ball.
And look at 10. Nelson is wide open over here on the sideline.
Yep.
Nobody even went with him.
Well,
Nobody went with him.
That was a great pass that time. Just a little tough to catch that time by number 28 for the Phantoms, and that's
12 or 28.
That was Green. No, Green's the tight end, and he was open. But you're right, Nelson was wide open, but that's okay. You go with your the play the coaches called. Again, Trey is in motion. Giving the ball to Becknell straight ahead. Picked up maybe 5 yards. This is 4-down territory. There's no way I don't see him kicking a field goal. Maybe he will. But touchdown is what they would like to get him within 2 scores. We got 1:25 and counting in the 3rd quarter of action. Trey Hamlin is still in there. He lines up in the backfield, goes in motion. He's right in front of Becknell. Nelson. Justin Wright under center.
Nelson to the far side this time. He's been running on the close side up until now.
And again, we put Trey Hamlin in motion. And right behind him is Becknell made the turn and it looked like he went out of bounds. Did he get the 1st down? I don't know. Doesn't look like he picked it up. He went out just before the 1st down marker, picked up about 3. I would say 4th and a long 2. All right, this is a big play. And we're going to have timeout. Phoebus Phantoms are going to call timeout. 59 seconds going to 3rd quarter. You got to make sure you got the right call here. You want to get the first down, Brent. That's the number one thing you need to do right now. And right now, momentum is on the Phoebus side. They went down and scored. They intercepted the pass. Everything has been.
They've shifted it here in the second half.
Yes, they have.
Second half.
And it all started with 2 passes to Elijah Nelson.
Yes, sir.
The first one, he got the initial first down, and then the touchdown.
And just to follow that up, he was so wide open the last time, nobody saw it. Until I pointed him out. But nobody even went with him into the end zone.
Well, I know I didn't see him. I got a wall right here.
He was all alone in the end zone. But the pass that right through was to the receiver. He had his hands on it, just couldn't come down.
Yeah, when he came down, lost it when he came down. But that would have been a touchdown. Let's see what they've got called.
Well, like you said, the main thing is to get the first down. Now,
I'd be very surprised if they pass the ball. I really will. But if you do pass it, it's got to be just a slant, just a
quick pass.
Quick pass. And we got Trey Hamlin is in the backfield, so I don't think they're going to run it. They're going to put him in motion. Becknell right up the middle. What a great call. He's down at the 5-yard line, which will be a first down.
Picked up 5.
Oh, what a nice call. The draw play. All right, we got first and goal from the 5. They spotted the ball right at the 5-yard line, Brent.
I'm going to tell you that the runner going out of the backfield seems to have stopped the motion of their linebackers, adjusting on just a quarterback.
You have to be aware of it, especially Hamlin.
Yeah,
this young man is quick.
And Nelson's way wide over here, one-on-one. He's going to be tough one-on-one. I'm going to tell you what.
But they're going to give the ball to to Becknell. He's straight up, picked up almost 3 yards, which will bring 2nd and 2, or 2nd and goal from the 2. And you know, that's not a bad thing. Becknell figures he can pick up 2 yards.
It's what he did against Pocosin in that overtime.
Yes, it was. And now we've got Trey Hamlin back in.
Only the end of the 3rd quarter right now.
And that's it. You're absolutely right, Brent. 28-7 in favor of the Phantoms. I'm sorry, in favor of the Warriors. The Phantoms knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 2. And we'll see what happens. What do you got going for us over here? I know you got some stats for me.
I'm just going to say that Mr. Bucknell in the 2nd quarter has already picked up the number of yards he did in the first half. And Phoebus has already, I don't know what the number is, 500% improvement on first downs. And they've just turned things around. And like you said, the key seems to be they stopped Magna Vista on their, after that first drive, they scored. But after that, they stopped them. They forced them to make a few mistakes. But the key turnaround is what you talked about. Nelson caught 2 passes in a row there, one for 38 yards and one for 12 yards for the TD.
Right.
And it just seems you see a skip in the step of Phoebus right now, and it's like that man in motion for Phoebus has kind of, we used to see the backfield, the linebackers jumping around for.
Yeah, but you've got to be aware of Trey Hamlin. Yep. The young man has got a good speed. He's got good hands. He gets his hands on the ball. He's dangerous on a kick return or a punt return.
Just got quickness. He's got quickness. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. We're waiting for the 100-yard dash by the corner. All right, here we go. 2nd and 2 at the 2, if I'm not mistaken.
2nd and goal from the 2, absolutely. And we've got nobody in the backfield. Well, we've got Holloway on the right side. Here goes Becknell down to the 1-yard line.
Short.
But that brings up a 3rd and goal from the 1 this time, or right inside the 1. They're going to spot it right at the 1.
Well, this is 4-down territory, so there's 2 more cracks at it, and I guarantee you're going to see all the beef from Magna Vista up there within the guards and tackles right now.
I will be very surprised if they try to go wide.
Yeah, it would shock me.
Because Vista's got some great athletes. They're going to watch the wide. We got Trey Hamlin.
Got Holloway back there, too, is leading.
And the fullback got the touchdown. He's in there. What a great job. You get a turnover, you go down and you score, and it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. You got to work for it, but now they've made a game out of it. They're within 2 scores, and how many times have we seen Phoebus come from I mean, they dug themselves a hole.
Yep.
And they have climbing out of the hole slowly, 28-13, and we got Stephon Tompkins in to attempt the point after. And he has been pretty good about this all year long. And is up and looks good, and it is good. And we got a 14-28 Warriors still on top, but now the Phoebus Phantoms faithful on here have something to cheer about, Brent. And as you said, there's a little skip in the step now.
2 things have happened on the Magna Vista side. One, Phoebus has put 14 points on the board, and the other, the sun's going down. And it's cold over there now, like it's been cold over here for the whole game. So
are you a mind reader? Because that's exactly what I was going to say. Not only is it
we were seeing all the hands waving about an hour ago. Now all the hands are in the pockets, holding on to each other and snuggling up.
Yeah, I noticed that they're not so spread out like they were at the beginning.
That whole crowd went from 4,000 spread out to about 2,010 now in one pile. They look like poker chips to a loser. They're all right in one pile.
Tompkins going to kick off.
Well, we've got 11-something in the 4th quarter, Bob, to see Phoebus can continue this. It'd be great if they can stop any drive by Magna Vista. Now, forced another turnover, of course, would be bonus. But they just got to see if they can't stop what they're doing and take another shot at it.
Well, here we go. Watch, he's kicking from the left side. Fans, not only can he kick it with his right foot, he kicks with his left foot. And it's a little right into the hole. Whoa, you got to get the ball, number 17, Red.
Oh, he's a safety. That is a safety.
It is a safety. Wow.
Oh, my.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What a great job. I didn't get to tackle him.
And
did not see who made that tackle, Brent, but now it is 28-16. Oh, left-footed. This guy is amazing to me. We gave him the player of the game last week, but
win, lose, or draw, Phoebus Phantoms.
And talking about player of the game, we give a T-shirt to an offensive, defensive player of the Phantoms. And that player will receive a shirt. Comes from Tidewater Team 4, David Chubb, Terry McLemore.
595-0411. Please give them a call.
595-0411.
Please give them a call. They have been supporting Peninsula Sports
since the early 90s.
The early 90s. And just give them a call and say thank you if you don't even order anything. Of course, it'd be nice if you kind of kept the business going a little bit, too. But thank you very much, Dave and Terry.
Right, they got to kick the ball from the 20-yard line. So Phantom should end up with good field position.
Now, the coach is on the field. He's not allowed to play. I just want to let him know.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
That's Dickie Van Dyke saying, hey, get back a little bit. Okay.
Oh, one man.
Wow, number 12 for the Phantoms got that ball. Andre Jackson, and one guy stopped him. What a great job that time running the ball back. They're going to spot the ball. Looks like at about the 38-yard line. Phantoms 38 yards from another score. Wow, has this game made a 90-degree turn or what?
Where I was going a minute ago, win or lose, Phoebus Phantoms, proud of 2 things. Your team never gave up the heart in this Phoebus team, and they're just not quitting. And coaching staff for the changes you've made, and keeping the kids focused.
And
keeping
the
them in the
big
game.
change is that guy in motion right now.
Hamlin, he's been a big key to it. Right. They're out of bounds, but he's still.
But he caught it. He still caught the ball. That was Mr. Elijah Nelson. Went up, even though he's out of bounds, he's still going. You get the ball close to him, he's going to catch it.
And if it's in the defender's helmet, he's going to take the helmet with him, too.
Well, let me tell you something. That was a great call because you got momentum on your side. You got this guy, you know, I'm going to get the ball close to him. I'm going to catch it.
I don't want to be negative. But
don't be negative.
You got to keep that ball in play.
Yeah.
Give your man a chance.
Well, and in all fairness, he threw the ball. He just got a little too high, but Mr. Nelson
got to give him a chance
made the adjustment. Now he's at the top of the screen. We got Hamlin in the back, and he's going to go in motion the same way as the wideout is, and we're going to go with the draw play.
Now he's outside.
And that's outside, and that's Mr. Becknell.
And
Becknell picked up a first down. Looks like he's going to be spotted close to the 25. We'll see where he marks it. No, 27. First down for the Phantoms. What a great call and play that time. You got your two wideouts that are very exciting, Mr. Hamlin and Mr. Nelson, both to the right side or the top of your screen. And Nelson is up there again, single coverage. And Hamlin going in motion to this side. And again, Mr. Becknell's got the ball and picking up some good yardage. Picked up about 4 yards that time, brings up a 2nd and 6. The ball's going to be spotted, Brent, looks like about the 23.
Yeah, I think you got it, about the 23. And it's second down and what would you say, about 6?
I'd say 7.
Okay, I thought you'd say 6.
Yeah, I wanted to say 6, but I already said 7. So.
All right, well, we'll see where it goes. All right,
all right, same system. Nelson, top of the screen. Hamlin right in front of Becknell. Hamlin going in motion. There he is, wide open. Touchdown! Wow, nobody saw him. Oh, man. Oh, wow, I love this Elijah Nelson. What a player. Wow, now we got 22 to 28. Stephon Tonkins in the kick to PAT. Man, I tell you, you got to take your hats off the Phoebus Phantoms. They have scored some points.
Like I say, it's real.
And it's up, and it looks to the left a little bit, but he got it, so it's 23 to 28. Brent, they have scored 23 straight points. 23 straight points after being down 28 to nothing.
And look at that team walking, Magna Vista over there walking off. They came out in this second half having dominated, ladies and gentlemen, dominated the first half. There's no other way to describe it. Offense and defense, they shut Phoebus down and did what they wanted to do. Now here in this second half, 1 quarter and 2 minutes gone, they have put 23 points on the board. And it's now 28-23, and Magna Vista is not walking with a big spring in their step like they were a little while ago. They know now they're in a game.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. Momentum or Miss Momentum or whatever, fickle. And right now, momentum is on the Phoebus Phantom side, but it's something that they have tried hard to get, and they have ended up getting that. And you got to go back. Couple things. Kicking off left-footed. What good will that do? Well, it gives you a safety.
Different spin on the ball.
Yep, and he's gonna kick off left-footed again. And he doesn't take much of a run, but he gets a good foot into it, and I like this Stephon Tonkins. I tell you, young man, there'll be some college out there better be looking at him. Left foot again, and the ball is just trailed, and the Phoebus Phantom has got the ball.
No, he didn't get it. 25 was able to.
Oh, man, he had the ball. 25 for the.
Whoa. That was a close one.
Chris Scales ended up. I thought that ball was going to be to the Phantoms.
Oh, man. I mean, he was lucky to get that back because the Phoebus Phantom slid right under where the ball was. He was lucky to get his hands on that ball. Here we go, folks. We're down to the shooting match now. Wide ups in the middle of the street. The bad guys are showing up. We're going to see how this goes.
We got 10 minutes and 1 second to go in this fourth quarter of this ball game, the semifinals. Played at Darling Stadium December the 5th, 2015. Brent Musgrove, I'm Bob Hintz. We got Steve Fry on camera.
Well, here we are, folks. Magna Vista, defending state champion.
It's straight ahead.
By the quarterback. He picked up about 3.
And that's we're going to spot the ball at the just short of the 30-yard line, it looks like. Well, depends. He's going to put it down at the 30. Okay.
Here's what I was getting ready to say. Defending state champion. Now Phoebus took a bite back into this game. Let's see how the maturity comes out. They got 17 seniors on this team for Magna Vista. Defending state champion. So we know they got the experience and the talent. Let's see how they buckle down and are able to respond.
And the ball goes to Harrison again and straight ahead. Picked up
a first down, I think.
That's going to be close enough that they're going to give him the first down. The ball is going to be spotted at the 38-yard line. And again, Magna Vista right up on the line, ready to go. And number 20 for the Phantoms coming in.
25 coming out.
Yeah, and that's Charity going in. They got trips up at the top of the screen. But the ball is going to go straight ahead and stopped right in the backfield, hit immediately.
Maybe picked up 2.
Big number 62 for the Phantoms, and that is the tackle, Taquan Johnson. He met him almost as soon as he got the ball. They're going to spot the ball at 41-yard line, pick up about, we'll give him 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Still have trips at the top of the screen. Got one wide out down here. Quarterback's going to keep the ball. He's going to go wide. And what a great job of avoiding 2 tackles. I thought he was going to be tackled, and he did a great job.
Picked up 8 on that and a first down.
Yeah, the ball's going to be spotted right at midfield. Actually, they're going to put it at the 51-yard line. I'm 51. Let's try 49. If I was up in Canadian ball, it would be 51.
Be a whole lot different things going on, too. But they haven't put the ball in the air much in this, except for.
Now they're going to give the ball again to the running back, and I tell you,
they can't bring him down.
Harrison is hard to bring down. Picked up, looks like a good 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Well, yeah, we'll give him a second. We'll give him 3 on that. It was long 7.
2nd and 7 for the Warriors.
We had number 9 come out for the Phantoms.
What's the call on the thing? He got off the field in time.
Yeah, but I think the coach called timeout.
Yeah, but it didn't snap.
Well, if they have 12 man, but the ball wasn't snapped, but we'll see what he's going to call. If he's going to call a penalty or not, there is a flag on the ground. It was just picked up.
Yeah, but it's no ball.
It looked like he was holding his hand. That Deshaun Pope looked like he was coming out for an injury. And they're going to say illegal substitution, 5-yard penalty. Brings up a, wow.
He just marked off 6. How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a big, how do you go from
6 yards?
3rd and 7 to 2nd and 7 to 2nd and 1. Oh, nice walk-off there. All right. Still got to stop the Warriors. And he was, he got the first down, he being McGuire.
Boy, that just blows my mind. He counted 6 yards off when he marked it off. I don't know where he went to school, but they don't do that.
Yeah, gives them a first down. They're going to spot the ball at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, we got 7:33 and counting on the 4th quarter play. Phantoms need to make a stop here, get a turnover again. And back to pass.
No pressure.
Plenty of time. It was just about.
Been picked off. If he'd have left it alone.
Yep.
Who was that to?
That was 2 red.
Was that 17 over there?
Yeah, number 7 for the, number 21 for the Phantoms, Jonathan Gregory, went over there and got a hand on it. But 2nd and 10. The receiver was triple covered.
Yeah.
There were 3 defenders around him.
And if the safety hadn't gone over and knocked the ball, a good chance would have been intercepted.
The quarterback keeper.
Yeah, they just open that side wide open.
They have nobody to stop in. There's no. I don't know. There's no defensive end, no defensive back coming up to stop that. They're all going with the receivers, and he is wide open. Picked up another first down. And McGuire, you got to take your hat off to the McGuire and the coaching staff. That seems to be working every time for him.
The 23rd.
And he's going to take the ball again this time, and he's going to try to keep it himself, and he did.
McGuire, the ball carrier.
And they're going to spot the ball right at the 25-yard line, so we're going to give him 2 yards.
Let me just tell you this, Bob. Right now, the quarterback, McGuire, now has 19 carries for 101 yards, and Harrison has 23 carries for 115.
Andre Smith was the tackler that time, and he wrapped him up good. This is going to be Harrison straight ahead. Wow. Boy, is he hard to bring down. Another first down. And that's going to put the ball, it looks like about the 8-yard line, be 1st and goal from the 8. And it just seems to, whatever play whoever carries the ball is picking up good yardage.
I don't know if Phoebus is tired now or what, but they've just gone back to a control game, and this is what they were doing in the first half. Phoebus needs to make a play.
And the quarterback going to keep the ball again, but he's going to be throwing for a loss.
Well, is he?
Man, now we got a flag. They're going to be either illegal block, maybe holding.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
They'll take them back a little bit because they had 1st and goal from the 8. We'll see where what the penalty is.
It's a hold.
And that's a 10-yard from the point of the infraction. And so if it's at the 10, they'll take it all the way back to the 20.
Just to give you the difference between the first half and the second half also, Bob, I think that is only the 2nd flag in the second half. 1 against each team.
Well, they got sore arms.
Tired, tired.
You know,
Bird won't fly with tired wings.
All right. 1st and goal from the 20. And he's going to come back to pass and he was looking for Harrison the whole way. It was incomplete, a little low, but he just came out of the backfield, run a little flare passing route. McGuire threw the ball to him just a little bit low, brings up a 2nd and goal from the 20.
He was wide open if he'd have put the ball.
Yeah, nobody picked him up coming out of the backfield.
Coming out of that backfield. So that's 2nd down and what, 20 did you say, right?
2nd and 20 from the, 2nd and goal from the 20, yeah. He's got to go, they will not be able to pick up a 1st down. So we've got Harrison on the right side of McGuire. McGuire back to pass.
Nobody's even getting close to him.
And there's a good job that time. But number 8, and that is Andre Smith.
He lost 5 on that one.
Back to the 25, brings up 3rd and goal from the 25. And right now, Phoebus likes the direction they're headed. And, you know, you almost want to think of if he can kick a field goal. If he doesn't get it, kick a field goal. Because if he doesn't, he kicks a field goal. It puts pressure on the
You're going to see a
Phantom.
pass to this side of the field, Bob. That's what they're looking at. I really believe it. They got 3 loaded over, and he's looking over.
Nice interception. Number 8, Andre Smith went up, tapped the ball.
And brought it right back down into his hands.
Right, great job. Stop that team. And now it looked like they were moving down the field.
Sir.
Brent, we got 4:58 to go in the game. We got a chance for this team to win this ball game.
Yes, we do. This is a big statement for both teams, and I will tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Magna Vista now realizes they're in a game. They thought they were going to come out and dominate the second half. Congratulations to both teams. Phoebus, congratulations for just turning this thing around.
Well, never giving up.
Never giving up.
Great heart, great heart. We got
here we go.
Elijah Nelson here.
Hamlin in motion.
And Hamlin in motion, and we're both doing play. And here comes back now. Back now, and Hamlin trying to make the block, and they actually end up losing probably a yard on it, so we'll give him 2nd and 11.
Part of that was because of the turf, Bob, I really believe.
He just couldn't make that cut.
Couldn't make the cut.
Yeah.
First part of the season, he'd still be running because he had traction.
Nelson coming in with the play.
2nd and 11. Now, the thing of it is Phoebus is throwing into the sun. And so for the receivers, it's not bad.
It's not going to affect the receivers at all.
But the quarterback's got to look into that sun and let it go.
Hamlin in motion to this side. Becknell with the ball straight ahead, picked up maybe 2-3 yards. They're going to give him 2. Want to spot the ball at the 30. Well, actually going to spot it about the 31.
We'll give him 3 because it was a yard short last time.
So we'll give him 3 yards, 3rd and 8, and we'll have a timeout now with 3:54 to go in the game.
And that's the ball on the second timeout.
The ball on the 31-yard line, 8 yards to go, and you cannot go for 4th and something and not get it, because then you give Magna Vista a very, very short field, and you can't do that. So what you do, you have to punt it if it comes to that point, and then you try to get a turnover.
Well, what's got to happen here, Phoebus needs the first down. There's no other way to say it, because if Magna Vista gets this ball back, they're going to stay on the ground.
How many turnovers have we had, Brent?
Well, Magna Vista has had two interceptions and 1 fumble, but they recovered it in the second half.
All right, now they threw interception.
Right.
I would almost say the safety was a turnover, because you had the ball. You should have had the ball, and you ended up not only losing the ball, but losing giving 2 points. Well, we got Hamlin and Nelson still in there, right under center.
They're coming. Everything's coming, I'm telling you.
And Hamlin's going to be in motion, and I bet the ball is going to go to...
Oh, he got tripped.
Had to be a flag. There's got to be a flag.
Let's see what happens. Let's wait for the call.
Yeah, he didn't even get a chance to get to that ball.
Who was that ball thrown to? Was that the tight end?
Yeah, which would be Green.
There's a flag on the play.
Pass interference, 15 yards.
The penalty is against the Magna Vista Warriors.
And that'll be a first down at the 49-yard line of Magna Vista. We got 3:50 to go in the 4th quarter. The Phantoms have a chance. Hamlin in motion. Becknell with the ball straight ahead, breaks a couple tackles and gets all the way down to about 8-yard line to the looks like about the 46-yard line.
Clock still running.
Second, and the long 2, we'll call him 3.
They've got a 7-yard carry for Becknell. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And Justin Wright gets the call from Jeremy Blunt.
You know, at first, Bob, I thought maybe Phoebus was tired in that 3rd quarter, but I'm not so sure if it's not the other way around.
Phoebus is coming up the line of scrimmage with a little skip in their step. Straight ahead, Becknell, and boy, he was tackled. Somebody got him by the ankles at the bottom of that pile. Great job. Lost about a yard, maybe. So now we got 3rd down. You got to pick up the first down.
Number
58 for the Phantoms comes back in, and that's Kai Carson. He is a 6'2", 245 senior.
When they put Hamlin in motion, it seems to open things up a little bit, and they are definitely aware of Mr. Nelson, I'll tell you that.
Well, Mr. Hamlin wasn't in there for that last play. And we'll see what happens. And
Wright drops back
into the pistol. Hamlin in motion.
Mr. Nelson's got the first down.
Yeah, where's it? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, he caught the ball way up there.
That is a terrible mark. He was a yard across. He keeps drifting to the right. What are you doing?
It's got to be a first down.
Look at
it's got to be. That was a terrible spot.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
we're going to have
it was a yard past it. None of these guys picked that up. That is absolutely terrible.
Well, you got to find out where the kid was when he caught the ball, not where he got when he was tackled. He was pushed backwards.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was just not a good spot. It's got to be a first down. Oh,
these guys are terrible.
That was a terrible spot.
He was a yard past the marker when he caught the ball.
We got 150 to go in the game, Brent.
And none of these guys are capable of seeing that.
You got to say, okay, fellas, we got. I've got one timeout to go. You got to pick up this little bit of yardage. And they haven't wound the clock yet because the officials are still in a conference down there. And I tell you, I don't know where the side judge on that side was, but he was not where he should have been.
He was back at the 50 when the ball was caught and was trotting up after the tackle. That's where he was, and you'll see it on television. He totally had no clue. And this guy over here had it marked right, but started drifting to the right because of the guy on the other side. Come on, you got to do better than that. You got to do something.
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
This guy ain't marking nothing. This guy is not marking nothing. This guy ain't marking nothing. Over there, he's
first down. First down has already been called. That was just a quarterback keeper. He tried to draw him offside to begin with and didn't get him out, but you got to give him the first down at that time.
This guy over here is useless as an official.
Well, now they've running the clock, 1:33 it's going. We got people up here on the other team who's yelling, run the clock, because they don't want the Phantoms to go down and score.
You can't blame them. Good call. Hamlin in motion. There he was. My God.
You got
had Hamlin wide open, and he won't let it go. He won't let it go.
You got to let it go. You got a minute and 10, and you're counting, and we got a final timeout by Phoebus Phantoms. It's second, and it doesn't make any difference how far you got. You got to get to the end zone. You got a minute and 10 seconds to go. You got to get rid of the ball.
On that play was perfect. Nelson took the defender downfield. Hamlin trailed, was wide open, didn't have anybody with 6-7 yards. But I don't think he saw him. I think he was looking at Nelson the whole way. If he'd have just dumped to Hamlin, Hamlin could have run for 10 yards.
Well, you got to pick up the first down. You can run 10 yards. You know the clock's going to stop. Now you have 0 timeouts left. If you're Phoebus Phantoms, you've got a minute and 10 to go. Your ball is on the 49-yard line. You got 51 yards to go.
Well, you got to look at it this, too. They lost 20 seconds on the officials on a poor spot. Should have been first down, clock stopped, 20-second save. What's going on here?
Well, we're going back in. We got
Nelson out there.
Nelson in there. Hamlin's in there.
I don't think they got enough players. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We got number 12 down here, the wideout down here. Number 12 is Andre Jackson, and his Hamlin. And you got to go back. Your the offensive line has got to give him a little bit of protection. Little bit of contact going down there, but no flag. But that was a good call.
Well, the throw was in the wrong place. He didn't give the defender a chance to get to it. He's only looking at one receiver. He's got receivers on the other side of the field.
Well,
I'm not picking on him, but he just doesn't feel like he's got the time. They're putting a lot of pressure.
Putting a lot of pressure on him. Plus, these are high school guys. You see college guys that don't look over the field. So these are high school kids. They can't see. The coach says, okay, this is the pattern running. This is your primary receiver. That's who he's looking at.
Thank you for that, Bob. I appreciate it.
I know.
Listen,
I feel sorry for these kids. Everybody thinks they should be playing like pros. There, screen. Good job. Oh, no! Becknell slipped down. This field, Brent, is just unreal some places.
It's a great play, great call, great call.
When we first got here, there was no dark spots on that field.
It's chewed up. It is all chewed up. Well, the clock is still running. And it is now 4th down.
Yeah, and this is it.
This is it, 15. That was a great call. It's just the turf went right out from under.
Yeah, he made the cut and couldn't get to it.
What do they do? I don't understand it. They not realize the clock is running. I got to go for the end zone, I guess. They're going to send everybody end zone and hope Light's got the time because they're sure letting the clock run down. He had his hands on it.
Incomplete. Incomplete. That's the game. 8 seconds to go. Wow. What a game. See what you think of those.
Yeah, good.
All right. We're going to go with player of the game. Offense, we're going to give it to Elijah Nelson. Defense, Andre Smith. And the kicker, we're going to give one to Tyler Nelson. Great punter today.
3 of them?
3 of them.
All right.
Here you go. Hang on to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a heck of a game. Phoebus, you got everything to be proud of. I can't say how hard it's just been to watch this game and see you guys come back like you did. Congratulations, coaches, Phoebus Phantoms. It's tough to come up short. And they take a knee, Bob, and take it home.
28-23. What a great, great game. The first half would never thought it would have ended up this close at the end of the ball game. And what I got to talk about right now is our crew. Brent Musgrove up here with me, Steve Fry on camera, and of course back at the studio we're going to have Matt Buckwalter and Andy Bagoli and Andy Foley, the big guy. They will put this all together and we'll have it on for our fans. The final score, 28-23. Want to thank you for watching LSC, both on Cox and Vizo.
Great season, Bob.
Thank you, Brent. You too. And to Brent Musgrove and to Steve Fry. I'm Bob Hintz. Good night, everybody.
The winners of the semifinals, the Magna Vista Warriors and their coach, Joe Faville.